What if effectiveness wasn't about talent or luck, but about timeless principles? Welcome to Listen and Grow Books. Today we're diving into one of the most impactful self-help books of all time, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. This book isn't just about success, it's about character. Covey introduces a principle-centered approach to personal and professional effectiveness, grounded in universal truths. These habits aren't quick hacks, they're deep shifts in how you think, act, and relate. Let's explore each of these 7 habits through real-world examples, deeper insights, and actionable takeaways that can help you build a more empowered life. Habit 1. Be proactive. Effectiveness begins with responsibility. Covey tells us, you are not a product of your circumstances, you are a product of your decisions. Being proactive means recognizing that between stimulus and response lies your greatest human power, the freedom to choose. It's easy to blame our behavior on others, the weather, or the economy. But when you pause and choose your response, you take power back into your hands. Example: a colleague criticizes your work. Instead of reacting defensively, you pause, breathe, and respond thoughtfully. That's proactivity in motion. It's the difference between reacting on impulse and responding with intention. Pro tip: start using proactive language. I choose, I prefer, or I will. This helps train your brain to act, not just react. Consider a recent moment of stress. What might have shifted if you had paused and chosen your response deliberately? Anchor this insight. You can't control everything, but you can control how you respond. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Where are you going? If you don't know, any road will take you there. Covey invites us to live intentionally by imagining our own funeral. What would you want people to say about you? That vision becomes your compass. Habit 2 is about leadership of the self. Before you climb the ladder of success, make sure it's leaning against the right wall. Example: a young entrepreneur writes a personal mission statement. To create value, live with integrity, and inspire others. Every business decision now filters through that lens. It's not just a goal, it's a personal North Star. Pro tip: write your personal mission statement. Reflect on your values, roles in life, and long-term aspirations. Keep it visible. Quote: begin each day with the image of the end of your life as your frame of reference. Anchor this insight. Clarity fuels purpose. Define what matters most, then live from it. Habit 3. Put first things first. This habit is about priority. Don't confuse what's urgent with what's important. Use Covey's time matrix to divide your tasks. Quadrant 1, urgent and important crises. Quadrant 2, not urgent but important, planning, relationships, growth. Quadrant 3, urgent but not important, interruptions. Quadrant 4, not urgent, not important, scrolling distractions. Highly effective people live in Quadrant 2. They proactively schedule time for what matters before the urgent creeps in. Example: a leader blocks off 2 hours weekly for strategy. It's not urgent, but it shapes the future. Another person schedules a weekly check-in with their spouse, not because of a crisis, but to nurture the bond. Pro tip: use weekly planning. Choose 2 to 3 Quadrant 2 goals and schedule time blocks. Protect them like you would a meeting. What's one Quadrant 2 activity you've been neglecting? How can you honor it this week? Anchor this insight. Say yes to what matters by learning to say no to what doesn't. Habit 4. Think win-win. Most people see life as a competition, but Covey says effective people look for mutual benefit. Win-win is not a soft compromise. It's the courage to seek fairness and abundance for all. It's built on the foundation of character, integrity, maturity, and abundance mindset. Example: in a salary negotiation, A manager proposes a bonus based on performance instead of rejecting a raise. The employee feels valued. The company controls cost. It's a win-win. Win-win shows up in parenting, business, partnerships, even in how we negotiate chores at home. The aim isn't to win over someone, it's to win with them. Pro tip: start practicing the mindset of, we both can win. Ask, what would a third alternative look like? Quote, win-win is a frame of mind that constantly seeks mutual benefit in all human interactions. Anchor this insight: there's enough success to go around. Collaboration beats competition. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This habit is the heart of empathy. Covey calls this empathetic listening. It's about listening with your eyes, heart, and presence, not just your ears. It's suspending your agenda long enough to hear theirs. Example: in a heated conversation, a father sets aside his lecture and simply asks his teenage son, "Help me understand what you're feeling." The tension melts. Listening to understand builds trust, which makes space for your own voice to be heard afterward. Pro tip: repeat back what someone says before you respond. So you're feeling overwhelmed because this ensures clarity and signals empathy. When was the last time you felt truly heard? How did it affect your willingness to listen in return? Quote, most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. Anchor this insight. Understanding builds bridges. Start by truly hearing others. Habit 6. Synergize. Synergy is creative collaboration, where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It celebrates differences, harnesses collective genius, and creates new solutions neither side could have imagined alone. Example: in a community project, artists, engineers, and educators co-create a learning park. Their strengths mesh into something beautiful and functional. Synergy requires vulnerability. You must be open to being influenced and ready to learn from people who think differently. True synergy involves listening, respecting, and synthesizing ideas. Pro tip: next time you brainstorm, invite perspectives you normally wouldn't. Let diversity drive innovation. Quote, synergy is what happens when 1 + 1 = 3 or more. Anchor this insight. Diversity isn't a weakness, it's a strength. Blend perspectives. Grow beyond solo thinking. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. You can't pour from an empty cup. This final habit reminds us to renew ourselves across 4 dimensions: physical, exercise, nutrition, rest; mental, reading, learning, reflecting; emotional or social, connection, empathy, love; spiritual, meditation, values, purpose. Sharpening the saw is not self-indulgence. It's self-respect. It's making yourself stronger so you can serve longer. Example: a busy executive starts walking 30 minutes every morning while listening to podcasts. She feels calmer, more creative, and sharper at work. Pro tip: track your renewal in a weekly planner. Include activities that nourish each of the 4 dimensions. Which area, physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, needs more of your attention? Quote, sharpen the saw means preserving and enhancing the greatest asset you have, you. Anchor this insight. Self-care isn't selfish, it's strategic. Conclusion: living the 7 habits. The 7 habits aren't a checklist, they're a lifestyle. They help us shift from reaction to intention, from quick wins to lasting character. These habits build on each other. Habits 1 to 3 develop independence, private victory. Habits 4 to 6 cultivate interdependence, public victory. Habit 7 sustains it all through renewal. Effectiveness is a lifelong journey. You won't master these habits in a week, but if you revisit them, reflect on them, and practice them, you will grow. Quote, Sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, reap a destiny. If you enjoyed this audiobook summary, please like and subscribe to listen and grow books. And if you're ready to take these habits deeper, consider reading The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Until next time, choose growth, act with purpose, and build your legacy.